last couple of days, I've been trying to figure out, what do I want to talk about? What do I want to make a video about and stuff like that? And all of the topics have kind of changed because I've re-looked at some things. I think yesterday I was talking about Cyberpunk 2077 and I was looking at some of the gameplay for it. And as I was looking at the gameplay, I was going to talk about some of the things that I saw in it. And then I was like, fuck that. I don't want to make that video, but I was excited for the gameplay, and I was really, really happy to watch the 14 minutes of gameplay, and I wanted to talk about the gameplay, and I hoped that CD Projekt Red would release more gameplay, and that's what yesterday's video was about. Today's video was supposed to be about how I thought that this game was better than how Spider-Man PS4 was better than Spider-Man 2, but, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. Because I think, in a lot of ways, this game is underappreciated. First and foremost, the coverage that originally was surrounding this video game before it was released. Everybody only took into account the 1 to 2 minutes of QuickTime events that were in the gameplay, and then everybody didn't do their due diligence and look at the actual gameplay itself. So when people were like, oh my god, I can't believe this game is only about QuickTime events, they didn't watch the entire gameplay. So because they didn't watch the entire gameplay and they only they only heard it through word of mouth, everybody was like, is this game only about QuickTime events? I'm like, are you serious? Did you watch the damn gameplay? Apparently nobody watched it. So that was before the game was even released. So Insomniac Games had to go through all these press events and press tours and stuff like that, and I could literally see Brian Intihar get interviewed by so many different people, and how everybody kept on saying, is this game only going to be about QuickTime events? Is this game going to be about QuickTime events? And in one of the interviews, he's like, no, it's not. No. Like, did you watch the gameplay? No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that literally, but he, paraphrasing what he said, he's like, no, like, we have a lot of different stuff. And then on top of that, you had the post-game stuff with so many people saying that we want the Sam Raimi skin. We want the Sam Raimi skin. When are we gonna get the Sam Raimi skin in Insomniac Games? When are we gonna get the Sam Raimi skins in Insomniac Games? Started to harass people from Insomniac. I think people got death threats as well. People had to get off of social media because Insomniac wouldn't put the skin into the game because they were going to give it to the community on Christmas Day. The Thursday before Christmas. But they pretty much gave you the skin for Christmas. For free, by the way. And people were complaining, and I remember a lot of YouTubers, I'm not going to mention their names, but I remember a lot of people, they were like, they were shitting on this game because Insomniac Games were like, we never promised you this skin. I don't know why you expected this skin to be in the game. And then people were like, it's an iconic part of Spider-Man video gaming history and lore. And it's like, who the fuck cares? It's a skin. Are you serious? Are you seriously gonna get on a soapbox about this skin? And that was literally the first, and that was like the first 6 months after the game was released, and like the year before the game was released. Both of those huge controversies happened with Spider-Man PS4. So now looking past all that BS, all that bullshit, 2 years later, how does the game stack up? Well, it stacks up pretty well. This gameplay, again, is going to be very, very terrible. This is like the first time I played it in a year to 2 years, so if the combat sucks, if the web swinging sucks, I haven't played it fully. I haven't played it for more than an hour in like the last 2 years, so I wanted to get back into it and start playing it again. And when you consider that this game is kind of a first for Insomniac Games, obviously, they took a lot of the lessons that they learned from Sunset Overdrive and put them into Spider-Man PS4, but I mean, they didn't have web swinging in Sunset Overdrive. They had rail grinding and stuff like that, but they took some of the aspects of Sunset Overdrive and put it into Spider-Man PS4. And you can tell that. And you can tell that they put in gadgets and weapons and things of that nature. When I was really, really struggling with combat, I was just like, you know what? I have a fully upgraded Spider-Man. Why the hell not? Why not just send out all of my drones and stuff like that? Why not use the impact web instead of trying to freaking melee everybody? I got a shit ton of gadgets. Why not use the gadgets? The combat is phenomenal. I said at the time of it being released, I was like, this combat is better than God of War's is initially. Because God of War, you have to take so much time to upgrade Kratos. It's like in this game, you can kind of string together some combos if you're really, really good and if you know how to do it. Obviously, I'm terrible right now, but when I was playing the game and I had a firm understanding of the game, I could string together so many different combos and continuously keep battering the same dude. Obviously, I can't do that anymore. There's so many freaking people, I have to dodge everything. It's ridiculous. Then you get to the web swinging and the exploration and the level design and New York City. The only thing that I wish that they would have done with this game was use New York City a little bit more, like in the shocker chase in New York City. I really, really like that. There's a lot of gameplay that's in enclosed areas, and it kind of sucks because of that. And I wish that they had used the city a lot more. Again, like the shocker chase and Electro and the Vulture boss battle and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's a really, really nice game from Insomniac. It's a great game from Insomniac. It's a great game from Sony. And you know, with the PS5 being released this year, and probably they're gonna be, I think it was, this game, Spider-Man PS4 was released in 2018, like, Sony just bought Insomniac, I think, last year, so now they're an official Sony studio after working with them for almost 20-something years. They made Spyro, they made Ratchet & Clank, they made the Resistance series. They made a lot of games for Sony, and now they're officially part of the Sony team. You think Sony wants them to make another Spider-Man game in time for the PS5 to be released, maybe a year or two afterwards? Hell yes! Of course they do! Point being, I'm excited for what the future holds with Insomniac games. I'm excited for what Spider-Man is going to become with Insomniac at the helm, creating more games. I'm just excited for the future. That's what I'm excited for. But that's the video. This has been 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. Ladies and gentlemen, until my next video, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.